Today we doesn't have that horrible sound, and I'll try my best to play good and explain good and show you the program. Okay, this guy is opening 42%, 40% against us. That's really tight, I think. Okay. Fold here. Uh, I added tables before because again, DEFA was crashing on me a lot, so I won't touch anything. Uh, I don't know what's the problem with DAFA. I'm gonna like play until the this presentation is over, and that's it. Okay. Probably around 30%, maybe even less. Maybe Queen 7 suited, King 7 suited, Jack 7 suited plus. Okay. Okay, he's donking here, donking the turn. Okay. Again donk. Top pair, bottom pair, straight draw. We're gonna call. And if the table's fallen apart, I will keep some of them. Okay, I'm gonna bet here. I'm gonna keep some of them uh, on the right. He folds a river a lot, so uh, I'll bet here. We're gonna rep the king here. He folds a lot, so I think it's okay. Okay, this guy didn't call even once. Okay, he called versus early, but we don't know his range. We're gonna call, of course, here. Checking the river. I'm gonna keep the tables at the right so we can come in if the tables are falling apart, because it will fall apart. Okay, he had pocket, he had set. Okay, I mean, I saw that his range is like stronger, so probably pocket pairs. I didn't want to double barrel there because I think we have a lot okay hand to check. I'm trying to go into the chat on my mobile. Okay. Okay, I'm into the chat. So I just came in into the chat. So if you said something to me, you can repeat it or ask some question. I'm here at the chat now. Okay. Folding there. Hello, NoteCaddy. Thank you. 60% the range here, so probably all suited hands in his range. 5-6 off, also 4-5 and stuff like that. He doesn't fold a lot on c-bets, but generally on these boards we can c-bet a lot, check raise a lot. So when our paired boards, we can do a lot of things. He's stabbing a lot, so I think the best play would be like bet probably. Okay, when he's checking behind, we see that he's folding a lot on delays, so we're gonna bet here. Hello, Magic Orange. Okay, the tables will start to fall apart. There's just one more table of NL 200 and 400, so we'll maybe be forced to add NL 100. Okay, there are two tables of NL 200, and that's it. Okay, I'm gonna try to add them, and I hope it doesn't crash. Okay, but it seems that table won't be broken, so okay, there is no need to do it. Okay. Hello chain. It seems like aliens are gone from today. They got what they wanted and they are gone. Okay, now we are three betting. Let's see his calling range. Okay, 7-10 suited, so he probably has king 7, queen 7, and jack 7 suited. That's like 21% of range calling 3 bet. Hence, like ace 10 off, probably king jack and queen jack off. Okay, but he folded. Folding here. Yes, Magic Orange is really devoted, really good guy, and I'm glad he's here with us. And Magic Orange, thank you for good luck. And if you have any questions, ask. I will try my best to answer it the best I can. Okay, Big Blind versus Button 55. Okay. The HUD is doing great on my laptop. First day I had like lag, but with the new performance, it's really good. So even on my PC, everything is working great, but on laptop there were some problems with lag. I'm pretty sure this guy is a bot. Uh, from all stats, I'm pretty sure that he's a bot. He has a high c-bet in the multi-way pots. He's stabbing a lot and has a high c-bet strategy. Okay. Okay, NoteCaddy, I will play on DAF until we end the streaming, like 2 more days and that's it. Uh, then I'll play wherever people decide to play. But secondly, it's unplayable on DAFA, so I won't be playing on DAFA anymore because it's unplayable. I'm only playing because to show the program, and the other problem is because I don't on other sites I don't have account on my name, and when I'm stream, I think it should be on my name. So that's the problem. So I'm gonna finish the streaming, and then we'll like wherever people want, I'll play there to make the challenges. But if I play just for me, I would like I'll probably find some other site because all I poker seems like not good currently because this also happened to me on other sites. Okay, we're gonna see his 4-bet trend. So he's like 4-betting really a lot. We are calling here. Dafa is like really tilt me and I'm gonna leave it, yes. Let's see how he plays 4-bet pots. C-betting 2 of the 3 times. We can shove here, we can call. I'm gonna shove because I want to have a good shoving range because I'll have a lot of semi draws, semi bluffs. So I'm gonna stronger my shoving range, because here we have we'll have eights and tens. We can call always with tens, shove eights, and we'll have a lot of draws. And in support, I think aces with the club I would call, and I would shove without the club. So this hand I decided to shove. Okay, we call here. We can three bet. We can call. Okay, okay. Let's see this guy, what he's doing multi-way here. Okay. He's calling multi-way. We don't have a lot of information. But generally, I think we want to bet here. And generally, his range, I think, is weak. Okay, this guy is check raising. He's check raising a lot. I think this hand is clear call. He's check raising 10% and against the small size bigger. Okay, we are calling here. I think, okay, we're gonna check behind here. And check here. Okay, 8x here. I think that we want to three bet the flop against this guy a lot. And I did that against him because his strategy is his calling range is really weak, and that's why he's falling to double barrels 75%, because he's check raising top pair, and he has a lot of weak hands. This guy has terrible check range. He's check folding 94% of time. We're gonna keep betting against him. This is also good hand for our range. I'm gonna bet the river here because I don't think that he has ace. He has probably 10x here. I'm gonna bet the river like this. Okay, he had jack x there. That's what I'm saying. He has terrible checking range, and I think he will have bottom pairs. On that board he can have pair plus draw hands, and on the river we are value betting ace x, of course. And okay, he had the trips and he called, but he's folding a lot on the river, so I guess that on 3 steps he will fold bottom pair and middle pair, and his range is really weak, and he doesn't have he c-bets a lot, so he doesn't have a lot of ace x. He hit the trips there and just called. Okay, I'm gonna use the bigger c-bet strategy against this guy, because he's not folding a lot and he has wide calling range, and I'm just gonna change strategy to and have a check range and stuff like that. Okay, we're gonna bet here multi-way. Okay. And this also I'm interesting to see how much he check calls versus c-bet and the call. So he check called once, and we don't have the range that he checked call. Okay, here's a call and the worst river possible, and I'm going to check behind here. I would say that he's wrapping on the turn 2 pair. That's a6, and his call range, I don't know, it doesn't show, but he's wrapping a 2 pair on the turn, and he had a straight. I mean, these stats are not reliable because it's 71%. In my head, I didn't see the number of hands. I just saw this, and I thought like, okay, he's like three betting 8-9 suited, and he doesn't call 8-9 off. But I didn't see how much hands are in the play. So, but okay, no matter what, we need to call the turn. Even like this line is classic fish line for value and multi-way. And when you think about it, I think we can even fold, but I didn't do it. And also we don't have hands about him, so we don't know how he plays. So that's also take into consideration. We don't know what he's doing. So okay, we're gonna try to use the river pop-up again today. Okay, he's opening 45% against us. Okay, this is my classic tribet here. We can see he's probably opening 50% against us, so I will tribet normal range in this spot, so it's okay. Check here. We can bet sometimes this hand. Uh, we should bet it maybe like have the time. So because this is the board that's really good for our range, and we need to bet it a lot. So we want to have some middle pairs when the turn is like queen. We want to have some queens in our range also. Okay, we're gonna call here. I don't see need to check raise this because we don't need protection here. We are calling the river against this guy. Okay, and he has aces. I don't see the way that I can fold against someone who's opening like 26%. Okay, this is like really bad because this guy is a short stacker, and I mean I think if we are playing this, we have to go all in. He's like having to, so he's all in or fold. And when he's playing against me, I didn't notice that he's like three betting a lot, so I'll fold. Okay. I will call because of this guy. This guy's opening 25%. That's really okay range, wide enough, and we will call because of him. Okay, this guy's like really tight guy, but it seems like he's three betting ace jack. Okay. A small c-bet strategy. Here he should have bigger c-bet on this type of the board. Also, he will need to have even a big check raising range, which I don't know is he using. He doesn't fold. Okay, we are calling here. He doesn't check fold usually, but we have okay hand, so I think I want to check behind this type of the hand sometimes. Because we'll have like here king queen queen jack, we'll have aces here, so I think we're gonna check behind a lot. So checking behind sometimes this type strong of the hand is okay. From time to time to do it to, because here we'll have like queen jack, and when he bets we don't have easy decision, and we'll probably want to turn some queen x into bluff here, like king queen with the king of clubs type of hand, or queen jack. Okay, so I'm gonna shove now. He's like wrapping probably ace king here, maybe even queens. So we want to turn sometimes into bluff, and we can do that because we have this in our range. By having this in our range, we can do this with bluffs, and that's okay. I know I didn't want to look bet check bet line because I know that we don't have a sample here, so I just didn't want to do it. We will see bet here, multi-way, and if you notice, this guy donked when he had nuts on the turn, so that's nice to know. Okay, I will immediately fold this hand. Uh, there's no way in 1 million years that this guy can bluff this spot. Okay, we're gonna do it like this, and here we check behind. Okay, I'm gonna call here, fold here. This is a 3-bet. Okay. This guy has like really tight 4-bet range. I think we have to call here. Okay. Calling here. I'm gonna go for the smaller bet here. This guy's a fish. We are blocking 10s, which is not good. And I don't know if he threes and 9s here. Okay. This guy's like never bluffing in this spot. Never bluffing in this spot. But we just can't fold this hand. Like never. This type of dude will never bluff. But by betting there 1/3 of the pot, we are committing ourselves there to call. Because if you are like betting 1/3 and folding, it would be disaster if you like having king queen and or stuff that he's giving up and shove dead hands. We are like folding really big part of our value range, and that's like not gonna happen. And we must do this with sometimes with the hands like 8x here in this spot. So what comes into mind here is like ace 8 suited, but I don't think that we are calling that or 3-betting in this position, so hand like 7-8 suited has sense to sometimes be in our small bet range. I knew that these guys like never bluffing, but I just can't fold this type of hand. By the way we played it, I don't think we can fold it. And I think the best play would be even to fold pre-flop against this guy. Even 9s are so good hand, but I mean I know this guy how he's playing, and he's like never bluffing, and especially in 4-bet in this spot. So he's probably calling ace king here. That's the sickest thing here. Like he's calling jacks in this spot. I think this was mistake. Before the flop, I think we should even fold against this guy before the flop. But on the river, when I bet 1/3, I'm never folding. So because if I fold that, it would be like disaster play. If somebody like I fold that and somebody see it, that would be really bad. So I would also like want to protect my range, and I can't make that type of folds. Even I know 100% that this guy's like never bluffing. But just by folding, like using that size and fold, it's so exploitable, so bad if you fold it. So I just can't fold with that pot odds never. We can also, if we like, if we are like checking there, then we are never bluffing. I mean, if we are bluffing, he should always have a bluff catcher. If with every hand that has showdown value, if I'm not value betting like there, like that. And I also like that smaller size because uh, when persons are checking behind, they are weaker, and by doing like a smaller size, you're putting them in tougher spot than if you're like shoving there. So I just hate when when somebody's okay. I'm gonna bet here. When somebody's checking that he should be betting, and of course this is what's going to happen. We need to get. I'm gonna fold here. On these boards we need to use bigger size because we are stabbing it with smaller frequency. So that's why I bet bigger size. But I just had a feeling when somebody is like when he's like needing to see bet that board with the majority of range, and when he's checking and he's also a fish, and that's telling us that he's probably slow playing. Okay. And this guy is like so weak player, he will never do move. So I think my best play should be like bet even smaller size, like 1/4 there. Okay, folding here. Okay, he has 7/9 off, so that's telling me that he has more than 45%, so he's probably like 55% here. I'll check here. Okay, we're gonna bet here. I'm gonna check he's not check folding. Let's see his delay c-betting range in this spot. So he's like checking aces, top sets and stuff like that. So when he's double checking, he's not also folding a lot. We can see like he's like folding one of the 5 times. So even here he can have like 9x here in this spot. So even some 10x probably. Okay, we're gonna bet when he's triple checking, he's folding a lot. So we're gonna use smaller size here. Okay. This is close. This guy's like folding a lot on the bet check bet line. Okay. So I think we need to bluff. And I was thinking about the size, and I think it's okay have the pot. We are then like wrapping uh, pocket pair below jacks. That's probably what we are value betting there. With that size, if we are like bet 3/4, we can then wrap also jack X. So maybe bigger size had more sense. I'm gonna if the tables fall apart, I'm at there's just only one more table of NL 200, no more of NL 400, like 10 tables of NL 100. So it changes a lot on iPoker. Like sometimes there are like 10 tables NL 400, like there was yesterday. I played session after we stopped streaming. There was like 10 tables of NL 400. Sometimes like there are 15 tables when my partner and I were trying yesterday. We go into the Dafa poker, and we like saw like 15 tables. There was like 15 tables. That was like 8:30, so 2 hours before the stream. So you never know with type poker. Okay, this guy's like three betting a lot, so I'm not gonna open 5-7 off. Think that this table will broke probably. There's a high possibility that happens, so I'm gonna come in here just to show it. I'm also sitting at some other tables if somebody comes, so we can open that tables if somebody comes to NL 400. Okay, I think this will be so we can switch some NL 400 tables in. Okay. %41. Double barrel range. Okay. Really gross river. We are probably beating only this guy's like never betting without equity. And when we see triple barrel here, he never has a bluff. Let's go to the rear pop-up here. Like never anything. Weak mate hand was ace 10 here, which is like top pair with queen kicker. Okay. Really easy fold when you have like this pop-up. Because I think our hand is not good against normal range there, because if they're not betting without equity, and without equity I mean like hand like ace 5 with the ace of diamond there, we are just in not in good spot. And this type of player is never doing that. So okay, we're gonna tribute here, jack 5. Okay, folding on another table. Okay, I'm gonna add that full table we have. Wow, this is fold. Okay, calling here. pot size here. I didn't play with this guy. Okay, I'm gonna fold. We get the aces 2 times and not any action. Okay. Cold 3-bet. Let's see the range. 35% of the range. King 7, King 5, Ace 4. Wow. Let's go to the multi-way here. Okay, he's like betting a lot multi-way. Okay, I'm gonna check raise here. Think we are in front of this guy. At least we was. Okay, let's see what he had. Okay. He had flush draw. Okay. He's opening only 14%, so I'm not gonna tribute here. I think he should be betting like a lot on this type of boards, because he has like ace queen, ace king, king queen, stuff like that. He's gonna have. He shouldn't have a like no check raising range, but really big betting range here. So he's checking, and that's strange. I think we're gonna bet here because I think we have a more 9x than he has. So I'm gonna play like this. Okay. I'm playing on another monitor, so I think I'm gonna. Okay, this table will break. Okay. Again, we see that this guy's cold calling 3-bet here. Okay, we tried here to go for check raise. This is gross. Let's go to the rear pop-up. I think that here. Okay. This is like really gross. I mean, we are like here. Maybe the last hand that can't. I mean, but he can have here like. I think I will fold. I want to say that maybe this is the hand that we can call, so that means it's a bluff candidate here for a shove. And the okay, I'm gonna switch the tables here. Okay. So I was thinking if there is a sense in shoving like kings there, because I mean I'll probably have some ace queen, ace king combos there, but I don't know. I think stabbing the river. Let's see. He had only one bluff, and that bluff was with okay blockers. and he used like uh, 2/3 size. I just don't believe that he would bluff with this size, but he will probably value bet. And what is interesting, I don't think that he has many middle strength hands, and he repped with that size middle strength hand, and only middle strength hand is like king queen there with the uh, clubs, I think. So I mean, I think I know how he's playing. I'm sure he's not like betting middle pair on the turn into the two players, betting 2/3 of the pot. So he's wrapping on the river like king queen, ace queen with the queen of club. And if I'm shoving there, I think I don't know. I think it's like it will be hard for him to fold that, especially if he has like ace queen. Uh, and we are because we are wrapping basically ace of clubs. So I don't know. I don't know if it would be a believable story. If I shout kings there, but I think it's also I think that we can never call kings in that spot. So that's like probably on the that border hand. So that 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 is where our bluff shove range should should be. But I don't know, like shoving kings there. Is it okay? I mean, like you saw, we have like slow plays. We will have like there sometimes hand like ace king with flush draw on the flop where we check and try to get this guy to step. So we'll have some for sure not flushes there. So, but I don't know would this guy believe us? You can also like participate in the discussion. You can tell me your opinion. I want to hear it. M- Two heads are smarter than one head, but I think like I don't know. I think like he'll probably have like queen there or queen there or of. So I don't know. Like if is he gonna fold like queen when he used that size and we are like wrapping slow plays? I don't know. That was what was on my mind. I don't know if we are selling a believable story to this player. And I mean, also have to take in consideration some of the calls that people called me like really light, like so I need to take in consideration how they see us, and I think they see us like spewy players. So we're gonna need to make like when we have value, I'm trying to make it to look like we are wrapping really narrow and stuff like that. Again, this guy is not falling to c-bets, but he's falling to delay c-bets. So we can then try to delay him. Even he's stabbing a lot. Step turn and bet the river. That is what I want to know. Step and fall. Okay. So I think here we can call, and if he's checking, we can bet the river because he's not like betting a lot on the river. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna bet here. I would bet like 10x here every time. And against this guy, we will have like some hands. Maybe like hands like jacks with the diamond. Because when he's having like fall to c-bet low like this, I will have like a bigger c-bet strategy against him. So I will have a checking range there. We get the aces three times and everybody folded. in the last 5 minutes. Okay, we tribute this guy. This is third time we're tributing him. We need to call here. Okay, with tens. I think his range is like ace king, queens and ace king. So ace king has 16 combos and queens, kings and aces has 18 combos. So our tens are call against this tight of the range. And unfortunately, I mean, we need to fold now. I didn't want to shove because it's much better to like be in situation where if he has like ace king he on the board where the ace king didn't hit him. It would be a different story if he has bluffs, but I'm sure this guy doesn't have them. If he has bluffs, then shove is like really good play, but this guy doesn't have bluffs, and, and that's the problem. We need to call and play from the flop. Hello, original. Okay. Bet check bet here. Okay. Hmm. I think it's close. I'm more to the fold than to the call in this spot. Okay, here I'm gonna fold it. I'm not trying to rebuy because I'm not trying to rebuy because I'm afraid it will kick me out. I made a rebuy automatic, but it doesn't use it. It seems. If I click rebuy, it's gonna kick me out. I tried today like 4 times. Okay. Okay, betting here. He's not check folding a lot. Let's see what he's calling the step here. Bottom pair, a top pair. Okay. I think we should bet there. Definitely the bet here. Okay, I'm gonna bet here like this. We should bet there because just checked. I didn't know why. I think the bet is like really good because he'll call us sometimes with ace high. I mean, I don't know how he's playing his reverse strategy, but he will definitely call with weaker hands there. Original still his range is really tight there, and he's not four betting ace queen. If he's like called four betting ace queen, then we can float tens, but his range is like queens and ace king there, and we are calling because we have the odds against that range. He's like calling jacks or folding even. This guy calls three bet with on the button with jacks, so I don't think we can float there with tens. And I mean, I don't beat any hand. I mean, we can like float if we are trying to get him off queens, but I don't see really good strategy by doing that because he can like bet queens there on the turn again. And what we're gonna do then? I mean, he should bet the turns he should be betting one fourth on the flop and one fourth with the queens on the turn if he knows how to play. Okay, we need to call here. He's double barreling, I see a lot. This is in position, but okay, so I'm gonna continue with the middle pair here. Okay. This guy is not not called for betting ace queen for sure. If he's if I thought that he's like four betting ace queen, I can even shove before the flop. If that's what case what's going on, I can shove like tens before the flop without problems. If he's four betting ace queen, ace king, queens, kings, and aces, then we can shove there with tens. It's not the best shove, but it's like break even shove. So okay, one third here. This guy is three betting, I think, a lot on the big blind. Okay, 14%, not a lot. Okay, he's check raising a lot. I'll go and three bet here. Okay, it's not the greatest hand, but he's check raising here with 9x, so I'm gonna check now. I would like I would definitely bet three bet flop here with tens, jacks, and queens for sure. I would call kings and some of the aces. Now it's, I mean, eight got there, so it's not the greatest. I can bluff now, but I don't need to bluff now. But I think his range is like 9x, and with 3-8 we have like a solid playability on the turn. When the ace hits, the problem is that the ace like he's like betting, he's like check raising all combos of ace nine there, and we have like tens, jacks, and queens, and ten jacks and queens are inclined to check here, so I'm gonna check those hands. And when he checked again, his range is like transparent, and we know that he's okay. He's like also check raising 6x, so we are beating some like 6-7 type of hand, 5-6. He's gonna check raise that also. He's check raising really a lot. So I mean, our plan was my plan was on the river bet here and rep like tens, jacks, and queens, which I think is okay. Uh, okay, and his range gonna consist. Okay, let's see here, stabbing the river. Okay, I'm gonna call here with king queen. He bluffed with ace high. Okay. I mean, it would be like really better if we catch like 5, 7, 10, that type of hands. We can like continue a lot, and then we can shove river and put him in a tough spot. The turn is like the grossest turn because we are like calling most of the aces. We are not like three betting flop with aces here, and when ace, this is like the worst turn in the sense of the playability of our hand. So but this guy's like check raising a lot, and I think it's okay to have like this type of the hand because we have backdoors and we can like hit the straight draw, and we can like put the pressure on the 9x. I not kidding, we can fold if he has ace queen there because it's same combos than like ace king. We can fold then. We can just, I think, call it off then. Fold sometimes. I also think we need to also fold sometimes, but not on the flop, on the turn. But we need to like click and just call it off a good amount of the time if he has ace queen there. But you will see this guy is 3-betting 8%. He's calling 3-bet with jacks on the button versus small blind. Ace queen is like never there. Okay. Disconnection. Wow, this is, I never seen something like this. He called. This guy for sure doesn't have 6x in his range. I think we can overbet here. Okay. We're gonna play bigger CB strategy here. This guy's like calling everything. But that calls are from smaller size. Okay. Okay. Betting here big. I want to look at the stats when this type of player is in question. I'm gonna look steps. Look here. Okay. This is close. The problem is I think that fish will have a lot more flushes than a normal player in this spot. But also fish will donk river sometimes with that. I'm gonna shove here. Okay. Close one. He didn't check raise, okay. I mean, he will have like this, he's not falling to c-bets. He will have like so many worse hands. And in my experience, like they are shoving a lot. When they have flush on the river, they're like shoving that flush. So I wasn't afraid of flush when I see fish like playing that. They will like wanted to ensure they get the value. But if he has set, okay, he's having set, we can do anything here. I would like, I'm so, he's calling like 60% there, so, okay. I'm gonna, this guy in position folds 80%, okay. Okay, I'm gonna check behind here. Thinking about shoving or calling. I'm gonna shove. Okay. Button versus cutoff. Eights, I mean, this is like tight range, it seems. Okay. but I think ace 4 is too good to fold. Okay, let's see how much he check folds in position. That's also okay to know. Okay, we're gonna bet here. I think that he doesn't have a great check range, but he will like have, he probably have like hands like some jack X, and I'm not feeling that we're gonna get a lot of folds, and this is like close now. This is like close now. Okay, we're gonna bet here. I'm gonna bet here. He's now wrapping the king that he checked the flop with. I don't think we are facing ever with the bluff in this spot, in this line. So this guy again calls. Okay. We can't do anything except to call here. I'll call here. Okay. He had ace 3. I'm not playing. I'm now with my parents in Germany, so I'm not playing on the day. And currently now there's no action at Supersport. Uh, Friend told me that during the day there were like a couple of tables, but I'm not. I'm just playing when the baby goes to sleep. I'm playing then. Okay. And there is like last week on Supersport there is no action at the night. I don't know why. Okay, fold here. Okay, NoteCaddy, I'm gonna explain. I think that this guy will check the turn. I mean, I don't know him. I played him like 2 days, but I saw that he go for the check raise the turn 2 times. So if he's like going to the check raise the turn, he would like check raise ace 10, jacks, and queens. That type of the hand he would check raise for value. And when I check behind, I look most that I have like some showdown value, like middle pair. So king x like doesn't hit me at all. So he will value bet that 10x without the problems. So I shove that to put that hands in the stop spot, and I think that he would like call jacks there for sure. I don't know what he would do with 10x, but I'm doing that for value because um when somebody wants to like because of the SPR was weird in that spot. So because we didn't have a full stack, and SPR was weird, and I knew that if he has habit of going to the check raise, this is the time that he will do it, and that's the reason why I check behind on the turn. I wanted to rep showdown value, and when I hit the king on the river, that king will not hit me often. I knew that he will value bet without the problems 10x jacks and stuff like that. And we when we shove, I think he can even value bet nines or pocket pairs below 10x. And when I shove, I mean we need to do it sometimes as a bluff. Like best thing is like to turn the bottom pair into bluff. So I think it's okay. I think we need to shove like every king in that spot, especially when we know that person has like he won't check raise there with ace king. He won't check shove with ace king with the naked ace king. So when he's like checking, And when I mean uh, we have if we have a king, it's more it's a lot less likely that he has ace king or king x there. And like king queen, I think hand like a king queen will be like often double barrel in that spot. It should be because you have two overcards and that's like board, that type of the board. I think we can you can bluff people out on the river. So he won't have also king very often, and he will have when he checks his value range on the turn, he will go for the check shove because the SPR, and he will have a lot of 10x hands, nines, jacks, queens, and that type of the hands, and he will value bet them for sure because we look like a showdown value there. We look like a pocket pair below 10x there, and we have like also strong, weaker 10x there in that spot. So I think it's okay. And I also noticed that he's like he immediately bet, so that's telling me that he's had idea that on the he's like he didn't like think about it. Maybe if he had like his king, he was like think, oh, how much I will bet now. So it looks like when he bet the smaller size, it looks like that he had that hand that I was talking about, that type of the hand, not like ace king. He would like probably stop. Okay, I have ace king now. What I'm gonna bet, and he like bet immediately. So okay, call here. I'm also I'm also thinking about that hand where the dude got set there. I just really felt that he. I mean, in last 4 days, uh, I things that happened to me like they are always they were like 4 or 5 times shoving the river when the flush completed, and I called like almost all of them, and they had like flushes. So when fish do that, I'm pretty sure that if he had flush, he would like shove the river. I'm sure of that because generally people will check behind that hand that I had. People will generally check behind like aces there and things like king queen there, and fish will shove very often in that spot. So I also thought that probably he doesn't have a flush there, and then we are like miles from his range. I mean, he will have like so many weaker kings. He will have like 10x all the time, and he like floated a lot. So I think I don't see the way that we are not showing king queen there because we'll have like ace jack with the ace blocker. We'll have ace queen with the ace blocker. We'll have bluffs there. So if I'm not showing king queen, my I don't have like enough flushes to be bluffing a lot. So that's the problem. But we just keep getting. I just saw our graph. Our blue line is like in the minus, like most I ever seen it. Our red line is on top, but I just feel like I'm running really bad, especially on NL 400. I mean, I just saw that I just counted. I had like situation where I lost with a set over set 3 times, and I lost like set where he hit some sick rivers, and I just feel I'm not running really good. But we are like 12 BBs. I mean, that's like okay, but we are running really gross on NL 400, and that's like most of the times when I played 2 times where when I didn't stream. So not the greatest feeling, but and if you notice, the same players are on the from NL 200 to NL 600. The same players are playing there, so it's the same. Also, there is no action on Super Sport, but I saw yesterday. A friend told me that there were like 4 tables on Super Sport. So, but I mean, I just can't change the time of playing. Uh, especially now because now result it's not in the first plan. I wanted like this weeks to present the program, and that's what we are doing. So we try to present the program, and after the challenges started, it will be much more important. Uh, okay, back here. It will be much more important when challenges started. So he's falling a lot on the river, and like like you saw that he's like check raising his top pair. He will check raise some of the flush draws, so I'm gonna bet the normal size. He'll have for sure some ace highs also, so I think we are okay here betting like this. Okay, he called with the 4x, but I'm cool. He's like folding really a lot, and he's like check raising really a lot, and his like calling range is much weaker, so I think we can attack it. I was just thinking about the size. I think we should go like little bigger, but not much bigger. Not an overbet, like a normal size. I think he would call definitely, not get a shot with the jacks there. I think definitely. Maybe he had like nines probably, hand like that. Because he was thinking he didn't like fold immediately. That's telling me that he did have the some type of the hand I told. So basically, I think probably he's like he thought about calling there, and he didn't call, but he thought about it. Okay. Also, I want to see his call turn range. Okay. He's also over folding in the in position, what is weird, which is weird. Uh, Original Steely, I'm generally, if I don't have like a good read on players, I would like do it what I think that people do generally. So first, I always write my reads here. I don't have it because this is on the laptop. On my PC, I have like all possible reads on my opponents I'm playing. So I'm first go to the. I'm gonna go here and read what I have about him. And generally, when I don't have the read, I will just play it like what I think the people are they over following this spot or not. Think we can. This guy's like three betting rarely in position. Think it's close to. I mean, king queen I would call, so king jack is like probably the candidate for four better. But just from the dynamics, I didn't notice that he's like three betting me a lot, so we don't need to do it like with every king jack there. Five, 10. I think the most important thing will be when we finish. I think in Sunday I will finish the present poker last stream of presentation, the program, and then I will take a little break so people can vote for the challenges they want me to see because uh, every challenge will last like a month, and I will play like every day, and I will play whatever challenge you choose. I think that now results even it isn't so much important. It's important that you see the program, that you see like how I feel about the program and pop-ups, and that you see like all kind of situation stats. Uh, I think that's like most important here. And when the challenges start, we will then like be really I will like document every challenge, and I think that then the result will be in the first. Okay, here we're gonna format it. Okay, call here, shout the river. I think I'm gonna shove here. I think we have a perfect hand for do it. Okay, and we got a call. I think that this player will have like a Jack X there, so I'm like not. I was not intended to raise the turn there. I just intend to call and shove the river, but he called with two pair immediately. Okay, he's telling us thanks. Okay, no problem. I think this guy's pretty tight. Wow. Not good. Okay. Not good. But I don't think I can fold like ever. I just don't think I can fold there. And I think there we have like perfect hand to shove there. We'll have like so many straights there and stuff like that. Flushes. Okay. Okay, let's see how much he's squeezing. Okay, this is a call. This player will probably call it also. Let's see, just to see what type of the range I will give him. This is like, probably nines. Hands like nines plus. Let's see what his like range. Tens, tens, nines. Okay, so probably nines ace queen. We can call multi here with fives. Okay, calling there. It would be important here to see that, okay, he's c-betting a lot, 3 out of 4 times multi-way, and he's using bigger size with a stronger hand, so we're gonna check raise here. Okay, this is like top pair type of hand, I think. We're gonna check raise here. Let's see how much he falls to check raise. We don't have a stats, okay. We're gonna go here like this. Okay. It would be gross to get the shove here. But I don't think we will get the shove here, so I think if he has like Jack X, he will call just. I'm gonna shove here. Ace Queen is possibly in his range. We have King Queen here. I think this is close. We have like King, I think we have to shove here. because I don't see any more bluffs like uh, king queen got there, and we'll have king queen here, and I don't see like queen there is like straight, so just I don't see the bluffs there. So I think we need to bluff this. Okay. This is not good. I was thinking, I mean, this guy's a fish, so I don't know. I was thinking like, do we? And this guy overcalled here with the bottom pair, so so I mean, this is like terrible. I think that we when they both check, I think we need to bluff the river there. Okay. I wouldn't call with Jack 9 there because we have like so many value hands there, and we have like all straight combos there, all possible straight combos, flush combos, sets. I think Jack 9 is losing call generally, but I also think that how we play the hand is good because we have the perfect hand to do it. And when he's like betting small on the river, that's also telling me that he has like some. I didn't even thought that he had like two pair there. I thought that he has like a lone jack there. I mean, now when I see, I didn't know a lot on him, so okay, I'm gonna do it like this. But generally, yes, I think that this is like a bad player. And we get the fold. I mean, uh, original Steely, I don't think it's that much important. Uh, we just need to observe and see, identify that people. But I think that it's much better to have like their hand like Queen Jack than Jack 9. Also, that's my opinion, especially with blockers. So Jack 9 is like a pretty terrible hand to call there, I think. And we are shoving the river when he bet like, so I don't know. Okay, think this table is broken now. I will go here. Maybe we can start another table. There's no more tables. One more table of NL 200 and that's it. Maybe I think maybe here we'll have an opportunity to play. Okay. Think this guy is having tight calling range. He probably falls like deuces or trees in this spot. We have two tables and everybody's sitting out. That's not good. I think we'll need to add one more table of NL100, because also here like everybody's sitting out, so they're like all players sitting and sitting out, and they're doing that constantly on NL400 constantly. And like I said, like the same player plays NL200 and 400, all the same players. Uh, so I don't know why they do it. Like they just all sit out and nobody's leaving. So the place can't open because they are sitting at the table. So if somebody maybe wanted to play, they can't have the opportunity to play. Okay. Okay, seems like a wizard is gonna play now. I think that everybody of them is waiting for him. So that was the problem, I think. Okay. Let's see how this guy plays out of position. We don't know. Okay, I see the 4-bet here. He 4-bet here. We 3-bet him like 5 times, I think. And this is close between shoving and calling. I'm gonna shove this time. Okay, he has ace king. And we get the I think it's close between shoving and calling. But we have to take into the consideration that people will, because we are constantly 3-betting them, people will start to play back at us, and we need to take that into account. Two pair here. And again, no action on Super Sport. Okay. This is like really annoying spot. I mean, we need to give 7 for 45. I mean, we have to call here. And he probably does this with 8 with the 8. I I won't shove because I think he will call full house here. Let's see here, fold to check raise. Not so much. I think we want to check raise weaker draws than this, like, because this draw can call 2 times without problems. And are in front of the bluff, so he had aces. He had aces. Okay. Again, we see that he's like folding a lot on delays, not calling, not folding much of the c-bet. So against this type of player, we're gonna have a different strategy. Okay, fold here. Okay, and this guy seems like folding really a lot. But then we see that he's calling ace-3 off and knight-10 off. And we see like 73 and 65%, so that's weird. Okay, can we play against him now? Can we get something now? Against this type of players, we want to do the small c-bet strategy. We're gonna c-bet big size and have a check range. And this guy seems like passive player. It's only 53 hands, so we don't know. And also we don't know his calling range. He's like first time called from the small blind. Had 9-10 off. Okay, bigger size here. We're gonna update the multi-way pop-up soon, and then it will be completed. It will be so good then. I think when we update it, it will have a full strategy for multi-way play, and that's like I saw our sessions. Last few days I was going through hands, and I wanted to see my improvement in my game from when I'm using a new program, and I saw that we're like taking a lot of multi-way pots, and we are. I mean, we we are. We get so many pots in multi-ways, and that's like really important because when you have like understanding, for example, we saw that this guy overcalled on big blind when there was a c-bet and a call. He overcalled with the bottom pair. If you know like stuff like that, you can like kill him when you play, because knowing stuff like that, for example, that he's like overcall, that has overcall range and such a weak overcall range, stuff like that is like crucial to know. And when we update it, I think it will be the best pop-up from all programs ever. We didn't have a lot of interesting spots today, but okay. I think that yesterday there were like many cool spots where like we were betting getting shoved deep 2 times and stuff like that. I think that yesterday was really interesting. There were like a lot interesting hand, and if it wasn't that noise, that aliens that showed in my apartment here, I think we would like go into discussion of the hands, and it would be like interesting to bet that we didn't, because there was like really cool hands to see. For example, that like 2 times overbet shove, overbet, we overbet and get shoved on and stuff like that. I think that is interesting. And today like didn't a lot of stuff happened. We The most like interesting stuff was when we shoved their king queen and get called by the set. Okay, big blind versus small. We don't have numbers, so I'll play like he has like 50%, but I think that he could have like maybe even. I wouldn't say that he even has, like he seems tight 1911. He probably has like 40%. So he only off eight that he has in his range is like uh, ace eight off, and that's it. We don't also know his. Okay, he called the flop out of. Okay, with fives. Okay, I'm gonna bet here, just because I don't think that he has much of the 8x here. He's gonna have some floats also. We don't know his strategy, but I think when somebody is not folding out of position much, he will certainly fold less in position. So like we probably know that he's tight and doesn't have a lot of 8x, so we're gonna double barrel a lot with bluffs. So we can just double barrel with overpairs and 8x. We need to include also like hand like this, low pocket pairs also for protection. So Maybe the interesting thing was also here with this guy when he four bet us. I think uh, I should fold it pre-flop against this guy. Uh, I I mean that's stuff that I don't do, and that's like probably the biggest leak in my game. I must admit that because I know, for example, I really know how to identify the players and their tendencies, and I know like this guy like four bets me when I three bet him when he's UTG, and I three bet him his four betting range is or all value 100%. I feel that in the game, and I had nines, and I'm okay. I'm of course calling nines, and we get that flop, and he checked behind the turn to be tricky with kings, which I don't mind. I think it's okay play. But when I bet one third, I told you I know that this guy doesn't have a bluff. So if I were, I think if I need to correct all leaks in my game, I should like do it. Okay, I bet one third, and he shoves and I fold, because I can say I know that he doesn't bluff this spot ever against me, and I didn't done that because I just know in the vacuum if I bet one third there, I just can't fold or pair ever, and that's I think the leak that I have. I mean, I'm just if I know that hand is like a call, it's call. If I'm playing against anyone, it's call. Whatever happened, that hand is call, and I need to call it. But I think that that's like that's mistake. We need to know if we really understand how our opponents play, we can make stuff, we can make faults or calls or stuff like that that isn't even GTO. We can do it. Okay, and now this super tight dude, I would say, is called for betting us. Gonna call with ace king there. I mean, he's a 20, 12, 21, 11 without 3-bet stats, and he's like potting the flop here. Well played. I think I think we can shove pre-flop against this type of dude, and we can like mix here with calls with queens, with jacks, and have a good strong range. Also with aces, because like I think his range is really strong, and I don't think he's like betting ace king there, ace king, ace queen, never, and he's not putting ace king on that board. Okay, one really nice flop for us. Okay, I'm gonna use bigger size. Okay. Okay, I'll call here with sixes. Bet here. And also like here we want to identify this. Check call versus c-bet and a call. And to see his range for doing that. This is like, okay, this is check raise, this is check call. Check call versus flop, c-bet and a call. He called two pairs here. Okay, so I guess this is like, also I think this is the mistake, but his range is like stronger. He called two pairs in that spot. Also I increased my sizing on the turn, but it didn't help. This guy folded. So for sure, like this guy, if he's calling or calling, he's like calling top pair. So we can immediately identify that. Okay, check call versus c-bet, and I wanted to see this check raise versus c-bet and the call. I would like to see this, and he had like two pairs here. Okay, but he has like aces up. Okay, and there is no like straight or stuff like that. So interesting. So probably when he's calling, he's like kept two pairs at at like drawy boards, probably like that, because I think he would like on this board he can check raise like two pair when we're betting into the two persons. Okay, I'm gonna call once more here. He's not betting 7x here. He had ace 5 also, okay. It would be interesting to see what would he do with the straight. Would he raise like 8-9 there? I don't think so. I think that he's aware of the range, and he wouldn't raise. He wouldn't have raising range on that board. So it's so tough to play. You see, when you like in this spot, and you don't have nuts in the range, and I'm c-betting into two person, and another person is calling. You're calling on the big blind. It's so hard to play that range. So I think we should like avoid that strategy at all. Okay. At first I thought this guy's a fish, but now I don't know. Let's see here. Okay, we don't have a fold to squeeze studs, but I mean, he probably has like 30% here off Broadways, stuff like that. And this is the board where we need to see bet 1/3 of the pot on the connected draw boards. Okay, let's see his range. He floated the trees here, which is okay. And he had a straight there, okay. I feel we need to call here. Okay. Okay, we're calling here. I mean, this guy has like a really wide range, so he'll have like many gutters here, and he'll call with backdoors probably, because I don't see that he's calling a lot. So okay, now I definitely know that he's a fish, but I mean, I don't know, he has strange stats, but I didn't sure if he's a fish or not. It would be interesting that the river is some other or some other hand than the ace. What would we do? Like if the river was queen, what he's shoving then? He's not like shoving top pair or pocket pairs. So it would be interesting to see the other river except this one. What would we do? And also, uh, it will be really good to show deep pop-up. We didn't use that pop-up at all now, but it will be really good when we get the stats on people. So because deep pop-up is also really really useful. It will be so useful on the Zoom games because when you see like how people reacts to three bets when they are deep, what they four bet when they are deep, how they play four bet pots when they are deep, how they play three bet pots when they are deep, because I think the game all changes when there is a deep situation going on. Some people will like have so wide of the calling range, will float a lot, put pressure. Others will be like really carefully checking over pairs and stuff like that. I usually like play really aggressively in the deep situations, and I like bet. Also, my four bet range is a lot wider. Also for value wider. For example, I will four bet deep nines and stuff like that. And I think to identify how some players play deep, it's crucial. And with you have all that with the deep pop up, but you need to have hands. So when you get the hands, for example, on the zoom, and you have deep pop up, I think you're a king. You can like play like a king, and that will be shown if we are doing like challenges, and I have a lot of hands on people. That will be like really good. Okay. Also, I didn't talk about this badge. This badge is telling us when a river flush is missed. So, example, there's a flush draw on the flop, and the river is turned is a brick, and the river is brick. For example, look how much this player is falling out of position, like 79%, because there is a lot of different type of players. So some players, when the flush misses and you bet, they'll like say, okay, he won't bet with the flush draws there. I will fold like middle pair or something like that. And then you have players like flush misses. Okay, he's like bluffing there with the flush draw. I'm gonna call like I'm not gonna fold any pair. So if you identify this and those type of players, you can like make really cool adjustments, and this type of badge will help you to do it. And like again, this guy has also that badge, but then he's like folding a lot less than he and less than population. So I think there's a lot of cool stuff I didn't have a time or opportunity to show. For example, I didn't. My partner told me that I didn't like talk about boards, and boards are also extremely useful. For example, if you see like how many somebody folding on ace high board, okay, he's like floating middle pairs on that board. And also it's important how he play low boards, because some people on the low board like board is like 2 3 9, and you like bet 80%, and he called with king jack there without anything, ace 10 there. You want also to know about that player, so having boards is also really a cool thing. I didn't use it because, for example, look at the table. I know that I don't have a lot of information here, and even on this type of player, I have 2,000 hands. It's not enough because we have like two times on the ace board, pair board, and we saw that he didn't fold it. But if you like have 5 6 opportunities, then we can make some assumptions. But there are really cool stuff also, like deep pop up and forbid pop ups are also really good, and I think we need to also show them. But I think that will happen when the challenges start, and I'm gonna play when challenges starts. I'm gonna play 6 tables because I'll play just my usual game. I won't talk like show much of the program. I'm just gonna play and talk if the situation is interesting or stuff like that. And I don't even know if we are going to stream it or not. That depends on the people. If there are not a lot of interest, I'm not going to do it because it's like taking. I'm when I play and talk, it's not my best game because I need to think about many stuffs. It's not so hard for me, but if there was not a lot of interest, I'm just gonna play it by myself and just show the results. Uh, we're gonna I'm gonna update the graphs on every day on the site and document it. So I'm not sure if we're gonna stream the challenges or not. It depends what people will vote and how many people will vote and stuff like that. But if there is not a lot of people interested, I'm just not going to do it. I do it this because I think the presentation of the program is important, and all the players who want to buy a program, they can see all the videos that we made, so they will see what the program can do or can do. But challenges are only for the like players to show them how I play, to show them how I play with the program. And if they don't want to see it, I don't know why would I do it. I don't want to do it for me because I mean it doesn't have sense. Hello, Abnoj Jusna. What is that nickname? What does that means? Are your, is this your name? Thank you. You can do it. Here, this guy doesn't double barrel enough. I mean, looking at the vacuum, we have a call here because we are beating like hands like 8-9, and he has like 8-9, 9 jack, and stuff like that. But this guy like doesn't double barrel at all, and we have like a really good sample because now when he's like double barreling, he's like wrapping set, two pair, and like aces. That's probably his range. He has bluffs, but that these bluffs are, I think, in front of us. So I won't call here. But generally, against a normal player, this is like a pure call because normal player will also bet middle pair there. It should bet middle pair there, and when we hit like a queen, we will win the pot. But okay. Thank you, Abnus Jusna. I'll take a look at it. Yes, I really like poker. I think the poker is like the best game of all. You need to be concentrated, you need to observe people, you need to be smart, you need to be brave, you need to follow like psychology and stuff. I think the poker is like the best game in the world. Okay, I think we're gonna. This guy doesn't fold on delays, but okay, I'm gonna do it like this. Emperors early. And again, we are against a stronger range. I mean, we are here against. We are here against tens plus, nines plus range. Even ten. Even this guy can call here with the nines. And look at this now. I'm not. This is like 100%. This guy can bluff this, and I mean we can fold this. Look at this. Look at this. And he's not like betting here with kings this size. I'm gonna fold here. So his range is ace, a nines plus ace queen. That is his range, and let's find a bluff there. What type of bluff he can have? And he's betting 1/3 on the flop, and when the 10 comes, he's like increased his size, and he's like betting big on the river. So okay, he doesn't have king queen off. in his range. That would be like sense to call. He's like even calling 9 sometimes. He's calling even 10 sometimes. And he doesn't, I mean, I called him like 4 5 times and he never bluffed. And again, I would like probably, I mean, we can fold at this size, but this is like the probably the best thing is here to raise, and the hands first hand that we can call. So this is like Lila, but I'm gonna make the call. This is like the candidate for raise here. Thank you, original. Still, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what to say. We will see what will happen. I won't say anything in advance, but we will see what will happen. I'm really glad I folded hand. Uh, I wanted you to know that we need to take into consideration I'm falling at the river to 3 barrels, 0% out of position on like 10, almost 10k head, 10k hands. So he played with me like he must see that I'm not folding the river, and when he's like here's close now. Think we check. I thought about if we want to like check raise on the turn sometimes, because I thought, I mean, it didn't kick us out, that's good. uh, if we want to check raise on the turn, because I think that this guy will like bet queen x here, uh, but if we are check raising the turn, and then we need to shove the river. That what was in my head, like if we can make him fold, if we can make him fold like queen x, I'm not sure. Okay, I'm gonna play the last orbit now. uh, we are at the 2 hours. I want like go further than 2 hours this last couple of days. I'm just gonna play 2 hours and that's it. Because I also think that over 2 hours is like starting to get monotone and not so interesting, and I think I won't do it more anymore. I mean, 2 hours and that's it. That's how it's gonna be until the end. And when the challenge is started, if I'm gonna stream, I'm gonna stream. I'm gonna stream just as long as I play. I think it's okay. Okay, let's go to the multi-way pop-up. On this doesn't have any sense. It feels like a queen. It feels like queen x here. I'm gonna call. I didn't know that we don't have time bank. But okay. I think here is overbet is really good. Okay, we don't know how he reacts on overbets. Okay. I would bluff on the river that is like connected with a range. For example, if the hand like, just to play this, if the hand that is this is like gross. This is absolute gross. Donk flop, calling a raise, and then min raising here. I really think that I mean, he's a fish, but it looks like a flush to me. It just looks like a flush to me here. Really gross spot. But we must call this guy. But I mean, it feels like a flush to me. But the problem is, I mean, we saw like so many bluffs. Okay. We saw like so many bluffs. I mean, how can I fold? Even just it seems like so always flush. I'm just gonna finish it. I think we should fold it there. And I wanted to fold, but when I look at the river pop up, it just showed me that like he's like doing stupid things. Changing things into bluff. I mean, generally against the fish, and I have straight, and he's like full of shit. And but generally, when he played, he donked the flop I raised, and then he min raised the turn. It looks like a flush to me. I mean, but how can you find when he's like full of shit? How can you like fold? That's like the question. Thanks, Magic Orange, but I really felt like, I really felt that, I really felt there is like no chance that he's bluffing that spot. Just no chance of that. Okay, 3-bet here. We're gonna finish it. I think that I should fold at the river, but when I look at the river pop up, and first time that river pop up didn't help me, it like make it so bad. So thank you, river pop up, for making me call here. Okay. Okay, we're gonna bet here with the bigger size. My guess is that this guy will fold a lot, and his calling range will be tighter than usual, I think. I think generally when I see that people are capable of doing stupid things like with he turned the hand into bluff somehow on the river and stuff like that. I just when so see this type of things, I just can't fold. But generally, I think when how he played the hand, we should fold at the river there. Okay, we're gonna see how did we go? How did we finish? Okay, I don't know why I have trouble. Okay. Okay, we are losing. We lost 365 on 9 8 on the it's always showing that we played 8 hours, but we didn't. We can see the hands that we lost for a moment, just to see if we were done like something that is not good. Here I think okay, here I think just that against this type of player, for example, it isn't even important in the terms of range. It's not helping him. He's not calling probably 2-6 off and 6-10 off. King 6 off, maybe, maybe not. We are betting the turn and he's calling again. So here, this player, when I see this kind of stats, I think that he will like call here with everything, with 10x, with king x, with flush draws. And my logic was when he didn't like shove the river here, because fish do that when because they're afraid that I will check behind this type of the hand. So I just had to shove there because I will have a lot of bluff here. I will have like queen jack here, all combos, ace jack, ace queen with the blockers. So if I'm not shoving that, then I'm wrapping like really narrow range. Even it's not important because I'm playing against fish. Okay, here this guy 4-bet us, and I think we should fold immediately. Look at the size here. He's like 4-betting almost 3x in position against us. So just think about how he sees us. So he's seeing us that we'll call with everything here. So when you look at this type, what he's doing, and tell me, Magic Orange, do you think that this dude will triple barrel me in that spot where I had like ace? I just don't see that happening ever, because no way that he's doing that. And he's not like betting kings or queens there. Okay, this is like call here. We can do anything. I mean, we can shove, but I think it's a call. It's also okay to shove sometimes, but I think generally we want to call here with like ace queen type of hand, ace jack with the backdoor flush draw. So I'm gonna call with nines, and he's like checking behind here, which I don't think that he should be doing. If he's doing it, he should be doing with aces here. And on the river, I bet 1/3 here. I should go for 1/4, but 1/3. And when he shout here, I mean, this is never bluff. And I told you that it was never bluff. So if I was in if I want to correct my leaks, I should fold this to this type of player. I mean, I won't fold it when I think somebody is like capable or stuff like that, but this this type of player is not capable, so we should like probably fold there. Then we came here, and this is the last hand we played. He donked, I raised big, he called, and of course he gets his flush. I bet because his range is like his range. I don't know what he can have, and he's like min raising here. And I think okay, we can call here just because to see what he will do on the river. And on the river he's like betting here. He's not shoving, he's like betting 90 here. And like that's telling me, okay, I'm afraid that you have a full house, but I have a flush, and you have bigger flush, so I'm gonna bet like this, and that's it. And I should fold it there. If I was like in correct state of mind, I should fold it. I should make a fold here, but I go to the river pop up and I see some shit that he did, and it just make me, okay, I have a straight here. He don't have a full house ever, because if he's having king 10, he's not like check raising them on the turn. So our straight is the same strength as it was on the turn, but I think the fold on the river should be there. Okay, we have like king through aces there, nothing we can do. Ace king against jack 9. I think we played this hand okay, because again he's check raising us, we are calling. Okay, we can maybe 3-bet the flop here, but against the fish I think we want to call with wider range. And he bets the turn, we have the call, have the odds to call, we call it. And the river is really nice because I mean, we'll have all combos, so king queen here, that's for sure, especially with if we have queen or king in the hearts. And just look what we can shove here. We can shove here like 3s, 6s, 9s, 10s, 10 jack suited, 10 jack off, jacks, king, all combos, so king queen, and I decided to shove here, and we get the guy instant called us. Okay, this was interesting hand also. Okay, I check, I raised the guy, and on the turn I bet, and he raised, and he's like really tight guy. And for example, I know here that this type of player, when he's doing like this, he's like never bluffing. There's like no way he can bluff here. I'm raising him on the flop, and he's calling, and this guy will not call here king queen with the king of or queen in this. I mean, he won't call that type of the hand. He will fold because he's falling 63%. So I know that. And on the turn, the problem is on the turn. I think that this is like a really bad play, because especially against me, because now I know when he's like calling here, I'm gonna shove everything here. And when he does that, okay, he's like doing min raise, so okay, I'm calling with two pair, and I just instantly fold the river here. Because now if he's not bluffing with the king here, and I'm gonna I mean, really easy fold on the river against this type of player. Okay, magic orange. I also think, but like I mean, I just told you it's hard to fold. Okay, like this is the hand we can call, so I decided to raise, but he had the trips, and all of these are smaller hands. Okay, this is like that fold we made on the river. This is ace queen, and he had a straight there. And where he's like checking the river here. I mean, really sick. Even I would fold the river. Here we lost with the king. We didn't lost. What happened? Okay, this was multi-way pot. Okay. Okay, this was the spot where I thought, can we like, can we here like shove as a bluff, and I decided not to do it. Okay, king 5 here, king 10 here.